Sagittarius. Well, my goodness, someone sure is trying to sweep you off your feet. Looks like there's a lot of conversations about the future and serious commitment at this time. Someone's really pouring it on thick, and you look a little nervous. Let me start with your advice. Here's your advice from I think this is the Mermaid Oracle deck. I've had this deck a really long time and I haven't used it in a while. What Spirit is advising you to do with anyone that's making any kind of a big offer to you, be it romantic or for a job or for anything serious, because someone's trying to plant a seed here and they're trying to sweep you off your feet. And that's a wonderful feeling, but we sort of lose ourselves in momentum when someone sweeps us off our feet, right? So Spirit's saying, look, be receptive, allow yourself to receive and allow yourself to give. So have reciprocity with this person. Spirit's saying, be open, listen, give them a listen, at least be receptive. Don't just shut down immediately. Don't say yes immediately or no immediately. Just be receptive to offers being given you, okay? Is there room for giving and receiving here? Farewell to the moon. Appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. I heard something very specific with this, Sagittarius. I heard Spirit saying, look, let go of confusion and darker, heavier emotions and appreciate the moment that you're having right now. I really saw farewell to the moon as being literal advice. Let go of things that are confusing you and are kind of emotionally overwhelming. Like, you don't have to know 100% how you feel right now, but at least say goodbye to confusing negative thoughts. How do we do that? Well, maybe communicating more clearly would help clear up any confusion or mystery. This person does look like they're being very direct though. And I also think that there's still a lot that remains to be seen. But try not to imagine worst case scenarios. This is the best piece of advice Spirit gave you. Coral's wisdom, colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. Think of a relationship and this relationship like a coral reef. It doesn't grow and turn into a coral reef overnight. It takes a very long time. It's a delicate process and it's fragile, so let it develop, give it time. You're in a fragile state. There is a delicacy here that does need to be honored, okay? At this time, beauty is at the bottom of the deck as well. Grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit. Some of you, I might be really picking up on my brunettes right now. There could be a woman with dark hair involved, a young woman. I'm also hearing something about a mother and a daughter. They look very, very much alike. They both look very young in the face. Handle this with integrity and grace. Be lovely at this time. Don't get lost and swept up. Ask yourself if this is in alignment with your own personal integrity. Give it time, but be receptive. There's more that remains to be seen, but it doesn't need to, try not to focus too much on confusing emotions and dark emotions. The future, you're so special. I want to spoil you. This person is daydreaming about your future together. They want to go on adventures and grow old with you. They want it all. They think you're truly divine. They're saying, I've never felt energy like yours before. I can't get enough of you. I want to spoil you. So this person wants to talk about the future with you and they want to spoil you. Also, what came out of, I was called to use the Arrows of Love Oracle deck too. Love language, deep conversations, pendulum, yes or no about a promise, swept off your feet. And I have the Ace of Pentacles to the Hierophant here. So it's pretty straightforward. Someone is trying to determine the best way to communicate with you. They're probably really speaking your love language, or they're speaking a love language. They're very Casanova. They're very Romeo. I mean, they're coming out as the Magician and the Knight of Cups, for crying out loud. Wow. Very much so. I think they're having conversations with you about marriage. It could just be talks about marriage, but it could quite literally be a proposal. And it might shock you. I don't know how long you've been with this person if it resonates for you. So this takes time. Also, I'm hearing that family and many people may be involved. And we do have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So someone is thinking about family long term. You might be thinking a lot about your family. They're thinking about their family. They're thinking about the two of you together. Clearly, overall energy of the reading is the Magician. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Gemini, or a Virgo. Of course, this person doesn't have to be any of those signs. But the Magician represents those signs. The way this person's feeling is the Knight of Cups. They are very romantic and idealistic. They're seeing you as the Two of Cups. They want to create a connection. They want to talk to you about this. They see you as someone they're talking to about this. What you need to know, or your advice, is the Seven of Swords. And I think this speaks more to you than it does to this person, but you have to take it as it resonates. And the final outcome is Strength. Leo, holding back. Strength is here twice. So with this Magician here, clarifying this is the Two of Swords, the Star, and the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is here. So double Knight of Cups. This person is making the choice to really expand here. And it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to listen, I think. This person has high hopes. They very much have high hopes. And they have really decided to pour into something. Making the decision to pour into something. They think it's the smart choice, the right choice. Or they're trying to determine like how to say what to say to you. I think they're wanting to see what your response will be. The Magician is very much wanting to elicit a response out of you. It's not necessarily manipulative. The Magician is a divine orchestrator. So they're really pouring it on with a message of hope, freedom, happiness, idealism. Knight of Cups is very, very idealistic, youthful, poetic, romantic. He's Don Juan, Don Quixote, and Romeo, and all rolled into one. My goodness. I love the Knight of Cups. It's like the opposite of bitterness. Like, yeah, I haven't given up on love, and I'm going to really pour into it. Clarifying this is the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Wheel. Now, the Emperor is very mature. The Knight of Cups is not necessarily mature. So this person's telling you that I do have it in me to be mature. I do want my life to lead to long-term serious commitment. If you're dealing with a masculine, he really is trying to tell you that he's got it in him to be a grown-up, and he wants to come and talk to your dad about it and the whole 9 yards. I'm hearing I eventually want to be a father, a husband. I'm going to talk to you a lot about finances, stability, structure, having a really good life. I'm really confident. I know that I can be in control of everything here. This person sort of wants you to really believe that they have it in them to do this. With the Wheel of Fortune, my fate and my destiny is leading me to these places, to this stability. They want to talk to you about it. Two of Cups. Clarifying this is the Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Queen of Wands. Goodness. What kind of voodoo spell did you put on this person, Sag? I'm always saying that about you guys. Everyone thinks that like Scorpio and Pisces casts the spells on people. I'm like, have you ever met a Sagittarius? They're quite magical, very sexy. People are very drawn to you guys because you're so fun and easygoing. And this person's very drawn to you. They're talking to you about a pretty big offer. I think that this person thinks that you're really perfect for them with the Lovers here. Like you're it. You're the one. You're the Venus to my Mars. Mars and Venus here together with the Lovers of Gemini. They could have Gemini in a strong placement as well. And the Lovers and Gemini speak to total value and moral alignment and harmony. Yes, we have choices, but this person's saying, I want to choose you. I think they're telling you that they really see themselves having a future with you, that they want to give you a good life. Here's what you need to know, or your advice. I think this is advice for you because you look like you're hesitating. Sagittarians usually do hesitate with commitment. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. You typically don't always go racing into a commitment, not like Aries. Those people will bring an engagement ring to the second date. It's adorable about them, really, but it is a little much sometimes. Not all Aries are that way, but frequently. Here's what you need to know, though. Seven of Swords. Something will make you feel insecure, or this person's maybe dangling a carrot. Clarifying this is the Nine of Swords, Death, and the Two of Cups. What you need to know is once this person has this conversation with you, it may immediately make them nervous, like, oh God, what have I done? What kind of transformation is this going to bring? What have I just said? There also may be a Scorpio involved that they have to talk to. They might be all talk, no action, but I don't think so. And we are doing an extended because I don't trust anyone for you guys until I dig deeper. They're very good with words. I think the advice to you, Sagittarius, is you need to be strategic at this time because there's something about this scenario that doesn't make you 100% comfortable. Before you say yes to anything, you may have to tackle your nerves and anxiety. You have to look yourself in the mirror and think about what kind of transformation has to take place in order for you to move forward. Death represents transformation. What would have to die in order for you to move forward into this? It would bring transformation. And you might not feel 100% supported by everyone or everything in your environment. Have a conversation with yourself first. Have more conversations with this person and have conversations with anybody else that you feel like it's their business to know about this or it's going to impact. But the final outcome is strength. So something about the time frame of Leo season or August. Hey, we're in Leo season now. But I'm seeing this as being reserved, holding back. Clarifying this is the Ten of Cups, strength again, and the Knight of Pentacles. I think that some of you have quite a bit of stability in your life at this time. And this Knight of Pentacles with strength coming out twice, it's almost as if you're afraid to walk away from community, family, or any stability that you have right now. But there's so much stability being offered. So you may be reserved, you may play hard to get a little bit. And I don't blame you because it's almost like it's too good to be true. And this person might just be, you know, with love language, yes or no to promise. Be careful if someone demands that you say yes to engagement or marriage just because they said the right things. Don't let anybody rush you, especially with Coral's wisdom. Like, this takes time. Be receptive, but this takes time. But I also think that someone's just wanting to talk to you about this stuff. They may have a really good family that they're already attached to, that they could bring you in with this stability. But they're afraid that something may have to change in order for the two of you to be together. Lots of things usually have to change for two people to make room for each other in their lives. But I think this is your strength and your stability that you already have. You don't want to be rushed. So here's how this person sees themselves. They see themselves as the King of Cups. The way they feel is the Queen of Cups. And their action towards you is the Two of Cups. What do they want to talk to you about? The Ten of Cups, happily ever after, the Six of Wands, and the Emperor. Wow. Yep, this is like, I want to go home and talk to your dad about all this. I want to marry you, girl, or guy. We've got a King and Queen of Cups here, so they see themselves in serious partnership and a loving partnership. Two people in love with one another, always able to talk about feelings. This is a very emotional person. They listen to their feelings. They want to listen to your feelings. They want to have an emotional connection. They want to talk about long-term emotional stability. They want to talk about success. And again, if they're seeing themselves as the Emperor, they see themselves as quite confident and able to have this with you. And I keep hearing over and over again that like some guy wants to talk to your dad. I'm hearing this person's very traditional. I'm hearing that this person, for quite a few of you, you grew up exactly the same. Like you're the same race, you're the same culture, you're the same, your families are the same religion. I'm hearing Mexican and I'm also hearing Armenian. That's interesting. Cool. So some of you, someone might be Armenian or of Armenian descent or Mexican descent as well, especially if you're here in the US. Yeah. And they want this with you. And I was like, tell me just a little bit more, Spirit. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Yeah, they are. They're definitely talking about marriage, long-term stuff, commitment, engagement. But then playfulness and love yourself first to recapture romance, allow your inner youth to shine, love yourself first. I think that this is about your reaction. I think that this person may come on a little strong, and a part of you will be kind of like, are you just messing with me? Are you just saying this just to say this? Are you all talk or no action, or are you actually serious? I think what they're going to say to you is, yeah, I am serious, but I mean, I'm not being that serious. Like I'm not getting down on bended knee at this moment. I am being playful, but I am talking about engagement. But you know what? Love yourself first if that's what you feel like you need to do. I want you to love yourself first. I want you to respect yourself. I'm being serious, but I'm also not like, we don't have to like set a date. I think that's what they're saying. Like, yeah, I'm serious, but I'm not saying we need to like put it in the calendar right now. Like, take your time. I feel like that's what they're kind of saying to you. But because playfulness came out with the Seven of Swords, this might be kind of a test. I am going to do an extended because sometimes people, men and women, will test another person by seeing how they respond to conversations about marriage and commitment and family and all that. Because this is like the karmic empire financially, the emotional empire, the dog, the picket fence, the garage, the kids, all of that. So we will get to the bottom of it, but I feel like they're saying, I'm not kidding, but don't take it so seriously at this moment. So you might be a little confused. You see yourself differently. You're the Knight of Pentacles here. This is you. You do not want to be rushed. You're like, you see yourself as the Two of Pentacles. Like, well, I don't really know. I'm busy. You have to weigh your odds practically. I think you're thinking like an earth sign. You're thinking very practically. Some of you have earth. Maybe you have a Sag moon and you're Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, or vice versa. You have earth energy coming out and you're very grounded. You want to make a grounded choice. You're like, I don't know. The way you're feeling is the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you don't really want to step outside of a comfort zone yet. I think you want to do this by the book, and I think you want to move slowly. There ain't nothing wrong with that. A fire sign that actually wants to move slowly, why, yes, ladies and gentlemen, fire signs are actually capable of moving slowly and being predictable, right? You're not always the Knight of Wands, and you're not right now. You're being slow. Your action is the Six of Swords. Okay. I was like, why? That's fine. You need to make a practical choice. You can't move quickly. You want to play this by the book. You're in kind of a place of transition. Four of Cups. I need to feel about this a little bit more. You have some emotional stability and you don't want to rock it, but you will think about it, right? Four of Pentacles, you're holding back. Not giving anything away, and Temperance. Wow. But the Lovers is here. And the Ace of Pentacles is here. Yeah, it's like someone's making you this offer and you're terrified. King of Swords down here. This person may be a little demanding at some point. With the Hierophant as well. That's a family card, a marriage card, the system, tradition, family values, the way it's always been done. Someone is very traditional. And I feel like Spirit's bringing the two of you together. But you are going to play it very aloof and very coy. I don't think you want to do anything too quickly. You're going to be very careful. I also think you're going to hide your emotional reaction. It's like, I can't tell if you're impressed or not. And it made me chuckle. I'm like, well, Sag is not easy to impress in this moment. I dropped some Romance Angel Oracle cards on you. Healing family issues and codependency came out. It's safe for you to love. Yeah. There's something about family and a history of codependency that might be holding you back. Maybe you saw codependent cycles and relationships played out in your family of origin, and that needs to be addressed and healed. You may want this person to heal some family issues as well. Maybe they are very attached to their own family. I'm getting the sense that someone's very traditional and very attached to family. That like there's more than just two of you involved in this situation. There could be a father figure. There could be kids already involved, multiple generations here. And for you, you may be thinking a lot about that. And you may be thinking, is it safe for me to love in this scenario? And will that disrupt any of my family stuff? If you are particularly close to family, and that is somehow making this situation difficult for you to assess, Spirit is alerting some of you to something. How involved does your family really need to be in this choice? Are there codependency issues that you need to work on healing within yourself and within your family? Because you don't really want to bring those things into a relationship or a marriage here. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. There may, long-term commitment might not feel safe to you at this time. It may somehow threaten something that's happening in a family system that already exists. And again, Spirit's highlighting you to the possibility that that might involve codependency. Interesting. And at the bottom of the deck, it says, give the relationship a chance. You don't need to rush into anything, Sagittarius. Spirit's just saying, give yourself some time and give the relationship a chance. But ask this person to be very clear with you about what, because they're like, oh, it's almost as if they were saying, whoa, 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 I was just sort of playing around. We're just talking here. I'm hearing someone say, we're just talking, okay? We're just talking about how serious this could be. We're just talking about, possibly getting married one day. I didn't mean to push you. Of course, love yourself first. But there may be an inability to let go of a stability that's already here for you emotionally, and it could involve family. But again, Spirit's saying codependency towards a family might be holding one of you back. So we are going to look at this a little bit more deeply, because this person sure seems to really want to give you the impression that they want to get married, they want a serious commitment, they want all of this, but don't do anything too quickly.